Hi, Kristi Neidhardt here with David Braggins of Edge Energy. Dave came out to our house a while back and did a blower door test and an energy assessment, and it saved us about 30 to 40 bucks a month after he was there. And I was going to ask him to kind of share with us what is this and how does it save you money?
Sure. So what is an energy audit or an energy assessment? Think of it as an energy appraisal of the house. So it's basically a way to come in and figure out, first of all, how the house is using energy, losing energy, and then what steps can you take to improve that. So what we have set up here is a blower door test. Quite literally what this test does is it sucks air out of the house, and then the science behind this test is for every cubic foot of air that gets sucked out of the house, we're drawing that in from somewhere else in the house. So in conjunction with this test, you could fire up an infrared camera if you have the right temperature outside, or either a smoke pen or something, and figure out where all the different air leaks are coming through. So to backtrack for a second, the energy audit, again, there's a couple different components, but the idea is it's a phase zero approach. So it's a way to come in, get a baseline of the house today, how is it using energy today, and then what steps can we take that are cost effective.
Yeah. So when you came out and did ours, when you added up all the leaks throughout our house, you said it was like the size of an open window.
Pretty much.
That makes sense. If you close the window, then you're going to save money every month. So it's just caulking around windows and
so a lot of it is, it's the attic is the first step. And so what we think of with an energy audit is if you seal the top and the bottom of the house, that actually alleviates some air leakage on the main level. And so it's one of the secrets that we give you when you have the energy audit, but we can share that today. When you seal the attic off, it's going to keep that temperature more even. So you're going to get less air leakage. Yep, exactly. So now your heat's not escaping up through the attic.
Right.
And then from the summertime perspective, you're not bringing all that heat. You know, if it's 90 degrees outside, it can be 140 in the attic. You're not bringing that heat down into your house from the attic there.
Got it. Awesome. So can you tell us about, once you do this, you kind of give a diagnostic assessment and their rebates and things like that too. Can you kind of go through that?
Sure. So the product of the energy audit, it's usually about a 10 to 20 page report. So it details things like, you know, energy bill analysis to see how you're using energy today, what steps you can take, lighting and appliances. It takes into account the building envelope, which is really what this test is all about. That's the air leakage, the insulation. But it also does focus on health and safety and building durability. So really important for gas appliances is to make sure that, hey, do you have any carbon monoxide issues? If you turn on your water heater or furnace, is anything coming back in? If you have an all-electric house, it's a little bit easier to do, but we want to make sure that if we tighten up the house, you don't have those problems. So from there, the report will detail all this different information, and at the end of the day, it'll give you different steps, what those steps would cost, and then what everyone likes is how much energy can you save and money you can save from that.
Yes. And I've heard an analogy before that a lot of people call us and they say, we want to put solar panels on the roof. And I would say, first you need to get an energy audit or an energy assessment. Because if you don't tighten up the house and have it well insulated, it's kind of like having flat tires on a sports car and putting a new engine in it. Like it just doesn't make sense, right? So first you want to get the tires right, and then you supercharge it with other things, right?
So what we say is energy audit is phase zero. That's the very first step for everything. Phase one is air sealing, insulation, and duct sealing. That's basically the most cost effective you can do. So with this house, that's what we did when we first moved in, was we tightened up the attic, we insulated everything, made sure all the ductwork was sealed and insulated, and that gets more airflow to the rest of the house. That's usually between $2,000 and $4,000 versus solar that's $16,000 to $25,000. You'll save more money on the phase one approach than you would with solar. And so you do things differently in order. So usually phase one, weatherization, phase two, you can upgrade your heat pump or your furnace, your AC, and then phase three is renewable energy. So you kind of want to follow that linear path, if you will.
Great. And what does an energy assessment cost?
So normally it's between $400 and $600, but the utilities, BG, Pepco, and even Smeco, they subsidize it down to $100.
So $100 to do this test, to get this 20-page report. And then there are tons of rebates too.
Correct.
For things that you diagnose, right?
So the $100 gets you that 15 to 20 page report. You're going to have a guy or two in your house for 2 or 3 hours uncovering everything, whether you like it or not, about how your energy is lost and what steps you can take. And then from there, the weatherization rebates, not even solar rebates, but just air sealing, insulation, duct sealing, and then HVAC upgrades can be up to $7,000 paid for the utility.
Fantastic.
So it makes it much more cost effective these days.
Great. All right. Anything else they should know?
No, just get the energy audit before you put insulation in your house. That's the very first thing.
Fantastic.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Dave.
Sure.